Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while and I first of all want to apologize for that. I feel like at a time when a platform like this should be used for good, I kind of lost my voice for a while for two main reasons. The first one is I actually got sick, and at first I didn't know if it was something more serious. Luckily it was not, and I didn't end up presenting any symptoms of coronavirus. I wanted to be sure, so I'm now catching up on everything, including creating content and also orders as well, which I stopped fulfilling for a little while just to be sure. My symptoms ended up actually being those of a mild tonsillitis type infection, and so I'm all better now and feeling healthy again physically and kind of trying to get there mentally, as I feel we all are, and trying to be gentle with myself. With that, I feel like everyone is going to have a bit of a different approach as to how they use their platform in times like this. My feeling is that you guys are all very highly educated, very savvy people, and you do not need me to tell you to isolate or wash your hands or anything like that. So I think what should first and foremost come from me is a very big thank you to all of those who are not able to stay home, who are putting themselves out there and at risk in order to provide essential services. So if any of you are out there, and I know you are because a few of you have messaged me, I want to repeat the very big thank you that I expressed to you in private. So that, if I'm going to say something, that should be number one. And then after that, I want to say that it just feels very weird to me to just go on as normal. And I think once I got better from my swollen glands and knew that, you know, this wasn't going to be a different kind of video, I definitely struggled to find my voice and decide what I want to do with this time and with this channel. It's a strange time for all of us, and I think in so many ways we all share the same anxieties. So I'd like to also say that if you are feeling very alone and very scared right now, you are not alone in feeling that. So I think in so many ways, staying home, keeping our germs to ourselves is the easiest public service that we could ever do, as compared with fighting a war or other acts of public service that those before us have provided. That said, given our habit and comfort and need to have social contact with others, I think for many of us, it will also be one of the hardest things that we ever do, especially depending on how long. I would like to acknowledge that. And that's not to say that I am, saying that I'm not very lucky to be here in a safe place with food, currently healthy. I am incredibly blessed to be in that situation. I feel very, very grateful as well that my mom got back to Hawaii, which has a relatively low number of cases right now, in good time, and she's been in isolation for a while and is also healthy. And I want to thank you guys as well who've asked about her specifically, because she is my only family, and I think for so many of us, this time is also going to be a time of great worry for those people in our lives who we feel are a little bit more vulnerable, and also because we cannot just give them a hug or check on them like we normally would if we were worried about them. And I think that makes it so much more psychologically hard. So you guys are probably wondering why I'm sitting here talking about heavy stuff like this with nail polish, but actually this is actually something that is connected to coronavirus. They say that long nails are very hard to clean, and the virus can end up living under your nails because they are difficult to sanitize. So I'm going to be getting rid of mine today. I'm going to take off my acrylic nail polish. So I don't have tips, but I do have a thick layer of acrylic gel on each of my nails, which kind of makes them very difficult to cut without breaking the nail or really hurting my nail beds. So I had to order a kit to remove them. You guys will see how that works. I thought we would do this kind of vlog style and kind of chat as we go along. So I'm going to get started. I feel like it's going to be a bit of a palaver, as they say in England, to get this off. Actually, that's quite appropriate because it's made in the UK, so there you go. Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to get it off, and I have no idea like what kind of state my nails are going to be in afterwards. So I did order, as a treat to myself, a mini gel style nail polish kit. So this is the Gel Lab Pro Color kit from Deborah Lippmann. It has 6 different fairly neutral pinky polishes. There's no color in here that I would not wear, which is what I wanted because I don't own a single nail polish. So I may or may not put that on today, but I thought I would share it with you as a fun little kit with a bunch of different colors, because little acts of self-care like this are something that you can do to try and help soothe yourself. I've been trying to manage my news intake as well. I definitely kind of lost control of that for a little while, so trying to get to like a good place where I'm feeling creative and feeling like I am contributing something that I want to contribute. And that, like, what that will look like is something that I am still figuring out. I'm going to be continuing to ship orders. I have new designs coming. I do want to do a sale as well for those of you who are inclined towards doing online shopping. I usually would do some kind of sale around Easter, and I feel like we can celebrate that a little bit early this year. So I'm going to start it now. It'll be ongoing for 2 weeks until April 10th. It's 10% off, and I'm going to just take it off everything on my site, scarves, jewelry, and I will also do an extra 5% off custom orders. If you want to create a design, sketch it out, come up with something that's not on my site, I will offer an extra 5% off as well. So it'll be 15% off, and you'll need to email me and chat to me about your vision. And I feel like that could hopefully be something that will kind of take you outside of whatever your day is like right now and engage those creative juices, because what I have found is that it is actually pretty impossible to be really stressed and anxious and fearful and creative at the same time. So if you're able to kind of channel some of your energy into a creative mindset, whatever that looks like for you. For me, it's creating content for this channel and creating jewelry, designing jewelry, making your orders. All of that really hits pause for me, and it's like I get to exist in a much safer alternate universe while I'm doing those things, and it reminds me of who I am and what I want to be doing and how I'm hoping to use this time, because unfortunately I was close to getting, oh, this is like a weird, I guess, how does this work? It's got like little bristles inside. All right, I'm going to need to read the instructions, but I was close to getting a job offer, several job offers potentially, but all of that is going to be stalled for a while. So getting to communicate with you guys through this channel and growing my jewelry business, that's probably going to be my full-time gig for a little longer than I had anticipated, and I'm incredibly fortunate and lucky to have that. So big thank you to all of you guys who make that possible. I'm looking forward to kind of seeing where that takes me and seeing what fun things I can create. I have some fun designs coming. I have some supplies on their way. I have a new pendant as well, which you'll see on my site when you go and browse. So it's to match the new Anjou pearl earrings, which are my pear-shaped freshwater pearls on a sterling silver hoop. I now have a pendant version, which isn't like your ordinary pendant because you can actually clip it onto any chain. So it's got what's called an adjustable enhancer on it, and so you're able to open it and potentially hang it on something like a thick chain or another pearl necklace like my convertible pearls or something like that, and then it pinches closed and securely. It has a little peg on the back that makes it easy to open and close. So it took me a while to find a system that would work for that, but it's something I've wanted to offer for a really long time. It comes in all 3 colors, my beautiful indigo pearls, my aurora pearls with the pink and peach tones in them, which are really beautiful, and then the classic whites. So that's kind of my update. Yeah. All right, how does this work? Let us figure this out. Is there a manual? There's a nail file. That'll be helpful. I feel like step one is going to be to file off the top layer of gel. We're all gonna have to figure that out on our own and figure out how to work from home where we can, and how to make all of this work. And I would really like to help where I can with that, so I'm definitely going to be doing some cooking videos as well. That's something that has really been helping me, as well as feeling like I can make easy, nutritious meals, many of which are created largely from dried goods and staples like that, because it is a bit difficult to get fresh groceries. Here in Seattle we have Amazon Go, which makes it a little bit easier because there's no human contact with that grocery store, so I've been doing that, but it's still like no joke to go and do that and then sanitize everything and try and limit the number of trips you go as well. And limit what you're using too, so that there's stuff available for other people. So it's all a bit of a balancing act. Seems like step one is to take the shine off of every nail. So I'm going to do that, which is the same thing they do at the salon, but they also have those nifty little electric files. So I feel like all of this is going to be a lot more labor intensive and messier than it would otherwise be, but we will see how well this works. So one of the things I'm hoping to achieve with this video, silly as it may be, is to ask you guys how I can help. So how can I be of service to you? Obviously, continuing to do business and content as usual seems to be like step one, to kind of put myself out there and use my platform hopefully for some kind of good. One thing I've been thinking of doing that I think could be neat, I don't know if any of you guys have had Skype and Zoom catch-ups with friends. I've had one so far and it was so helpful in terms of managing my emotions, and I've been FaceTiming with my mom every day as well, and I notice a distinct difference in how much distress I feel between like a before and after I have that form of social contact, virtual social contact. And so I guess, as presumptuous as it may seem, I'm hoping maybe I can do that for you guys in some way. I'm wondering whether we might do like live sessions, like maybe almost like a cooking, and oh my god, I've never wanted to do this before because I feel like it would be so cringy for me to do it, but it feels a little bit different in these times when we're all stuck at home for me to eat in front of the camera. Is that something you guys would be interested in, where I would show you how I cook and then we could have wine and dinner together or something like that in a live session, and then we can kind of converse through, I think, the comments. I think that's how that works with YouTube. I've actually never gone on YouTube live, so I don't really know what to expect, but if that is something that you guys feel would be of help to you, I would be very happy to do it, and I think it would be a lot of fun, and we would get to know each other on a different level than we have before. And I think that's been part of my hesitancy in coming back, is feeling like it just feels very wrong for me to be doing like outfits of the day. Like I can do that, you know, like what to wear to like a Zoom business meetings if you're having those, but I also feel like I need to do something different than that, and different than business as usual, because just going on as usual would fail to honor what is going on in the world, and that just does not feel right to me. And maybe I'm being like overly dramatic, because for a little while I thought that I might be really sick, and I kind of went through a bit of a roller coaster of emotions of feeling very alone with that. But whatever it is, it's where I'm sitting now, and I don't feel that it is illegitimate to make a big deal of this and honor it in some way by changing my normal pattern of doing things. New designs, running that extra sale on custom designs, keeping busy makes me feel like I am a productive member of what our society looks like right now, and that is the intention that I would really like to set with this. And I'm definitely open to suggestions for what you guys would like to see with that. For those of us who have pets with us, aren't we so lucky? They have been providing me with so much joy and comfort, and there's something about their innocence through all of this that is incredibly touching. Sammy is basically full grown. I don't know whether she'll come over to say hi. Those of you who may be in Washington State, we've been kind of doing this isolation work from home thing for a while, so I'm curious to see how it's treating you, how you feel about it. It's been interesting to kind of be, in terms of like North America, a little bit at the forefront of it and see things change quickly. I've been getting a bunch of comments, like really outraged comments on my vlog that I posted with my mom of us eating out, which I don't want to take down because I miss her and it's a cute vlog with nice restaurants in it, and at some point when things do reopen, it'll be nice to do things like that to help the hospitality industry recover. But that vlog was filmed quite a while before it was posted, and it was also posted several weeks ago now as well. So you guys should not be shocked to see us out and about in that vlog. Things have definitely changed a lot since then, and I think at this stage, what's interesting is we're kind of all in good company across the globe of isolating, and there's different vocabulary out there as to like what you call it and specific rules, but for the most part, those of us who aren't providing essential services are all at home and trying to figure things out and how to make life work in those circumstances. I've kind of gotten to the stage where I've taken off not just the shine, but I feel like I'm taking off a lot of the color as well by filing them down, and none of us have face masks right now, but if you do have one, you might want to put it on just for the dust. Phoebe, you sure you want to be inhaling this? I don't know, but it is a one-time thing, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I knew this would be kind of a nightmare to take off, which is why I've been delaying it, but they're getting longer and longer and longer, and I definitely want to be able to clean my hands more easily. And to some extent for making jewelry, I kind of like having a slightly longer hard nail, but they're getting to the point where they are too long for me to really be creating efficiently, so that's another reason that I would like to have them shorter and more manageable. Looking like that kind of matte white acrylic color that's underneath. And so this is the point where I don't know what to do. At what point are you supposed to trim them? I feel like I'm gonna cut some of them off if I can manage to do that without. So this is the point where I don't know if I should cut them. I feel like it kind of hurts to do that, so I'm gonna try and soften them first. And oops. The way this jar is shaped, you're supposed to put your thumb inside the small hole and then the rest of your hand in the rest of it, and I can already tell that I have insufficient product in there. The problem with this is I feel like it's going to evaporate really fast. So what have been your favorite shows to watch during self-isolation, shelter-in-place, quarantine, whichever version you are experiencing? I actually ended up getting a Hulu subscription, like the free one for a month, which is nice in case you don't already know about that. And I caught up on season 5 of Outlander, like what's out so far for that one, and Little Fires Everywhere, where Reese Witherspoon basically plays the same character. I think it's Madeline in Big Little Lies, but in a totally different story. And so far it's pretty good and entertaining, although a little bit more like soapy than Big Little Lies was, but entertaining and not too heavy like both of those shows are good shows to kind of take your mind off of things. So open to suggestions. Let me know down below. I feel like everyone and their cat, BB, why aren't you doing this yet for me, is making sourdough bread out there. Have you guys been doing that too? Is that something the history books will remember, that everybody stayed home and baked sourdough? I feel like it's like 3 steps away from that right now because maybe it's because I follow a lot of food accounts, but I feel like everyone is making bread and I haven't made any bread so far. I do have some frozen bread that I still have, so I guess once I run out, maybe I will feel that like sudden urge to bake. But so far I've been making a lot of soups and stews and rice and pasta, obviously, what a surprise. And I have fully accepted the fact that I will emerge from this about 5 pounds heavier, and I'm 100% okay with that. I don't know about you guys, but summer bodies like just seem so completely irrelevant right now. I have a yoga mat on order, but it's going to take forever to arrive. The gym in my building is closed, of course, so what can you do? Like, I just feel like those sorts of things are just, I don't know, like not a big deal to me. So I've been eating my like carbs without any shame or hesitation. Is this working? Please soften. That you're supposed to use a remover tool, which I thought would be inside the box, but is not inside the box, so we might have to resort to a good old-fashioned spoon. I don't even know if this is gonna work. Like, this might be like a multi-step thing where I have to pick at them for days to get it off, but at least they'll be shorter. Hopefully they'll soften enough that I can cut them without feeling like I'm going to hurt myself. Is this working? So if you guys do this, I think the kit is pretty good. Like, I can, yeah, you know what? I can tell the product is pretty strong, but I feel like you need like a scraper tool like they have at the nail salon to try and, oh, here. Well, here's a tip. So if you use your spoon like this, it doesn't really work, but if you push with it, you can tell it's starting to work. I think what I might do is let my nails just breathe for a little while, and then the next time that I get bored and maybe we'll do a live session or something like that, maybe we can all have some wine and paint our nails. I don't know. That seems very superficial and odd right now, but equally, if we gain a certain sense of like chill, peacefulness, and sense of being connected through it, then I don't see anything wrong with that. So we will see. I think that could be fun. I feel like this is going to traumatize me so that I will never want to get my nails done again, because I'll know like how difficult it is to remove it yourself if you ever have to. It's been years since I've had a bare nail bed, probably like over 5 years. I was getting my nails done regularly, and what I've been doing has changed over time. Like, I did biosculpture, I did regular gel for years. For a little while I even had like full-on acrylic nails with the tips, and then over here I've been getting like acrylic overlay, which is basically just like the powder like base, and then they paint on gel over that so that your nails are hard and you're able to use regular gel polish, because I can't seem to find biosculpture in the US like on an easy to access basis. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been pretty happy with it. We have, this is like half an hour later. I watched about half of Kate and Leopold and have basically filed everything down. Let me see if I can show you. There we go. So you can see there's a little tiny bit of residue there. It's not perfectly smooth, but I filed all the nails down so they're pretty short. And I'm just doing one final scrub, and I figured a few things out, so I will pass along these tips. There are teeth inside this jar, and I didn't think they would be very helpful, but if you do scrub the nail against these flexible kind of plastic teeth, it really, really helps to dislodge most of the layers of it, especially anything that's kind of rough. So it helps to smooth everything out. And then what I have done with my right hand, so I'm just finishing my left, is then you can kind of dry it off. I would highly recommend getting one of those scraping tools like they have in nail salons. And I ran out of batteries, so I thought I would show you guys the end result on my iPhone. And I didn't want to abruptly end the video, even though the nail polish was already pretty clearly as off as it's gonna get right now. I think it'll keep coming off a little bit more as I do my nails with regular nail polish, but I don't want it to get too thin because my nails underneath are gonna be pretty soft. So there's a little bit of a residue left, and I'm kind of okay with that. So for the most part, what I wanted to do is just to wish everybody who is watching this video good health. I think, you know, it's in times like this that we truly appreciate our health more than ever, and so if I can have one wish for you guys, that would 100% be it. And I will see you again soon. I feel like getting to just chat with you and hang out with you today has kind of broken that barrier where hopefully, you know, I can find the right way of using my voice in this circumstance. So I wish you all well, and I will see you next time. Bye.